Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Just Enough Trope News Hour for this, the 11th of January, 2022. We are experiencing technical difficulties in our bodies, in our minds, and in our computers. So we'll see how this works. I think we've got it fixed for now. But let's get right into it. Let's get right to the news of the nerd that we've got for this week. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Then let's do it. Bad news.
Of course.
You know how this works.
Yeah.
You know how we start.
Bad news first.
Yes. We usually start with the RIPs, and there is an RIP for this week, and that is the sad fact that actress Kirstie Alley has passed away at the age of 71.
That's really sad. I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I don't think I did.
We talked about it on Star Trek show. This is very professional. You know, when like
I do not
Chris
remember
Matthews,
that.
Who's a I don't even know who's a news person. Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, sure.
And he says, "What do you mean you don't know this?"
Sorry, I don't remember you talking about this on the Star Trek podcast. I mean, that makes sense because she was in the Star Trek movie.
Yeah, you got it.
Kirstie Alley, I mean, interesting person, somewhat controversial at times, but she was, really great in that Star Trek film, and she was really great as Saavik. And, of course, on Cheers, I think that's where people remember her most.
Yeah.
And I think she, despite whatever you may think of her personal life, I think she was a good actress. And it's really sad that she passed away so young. I know I say that all the time, but it is sad.
No, and I made a point, and I guess you didn't hear it on the Star Trek show, that there's just going to be more people that we know about who have passed away because there are more celebrities now.
That's true.
But and maybe this is not a political show, not going political. However, maybe this is all part and parcel of the idea that our healthcare system is not great. It costs a lot of money.
I mean, that's very
Apparently,
true.
even if you are a famous movie actor or actress, you find yourself in a situation where you're like, well, maybe I can tough it out because, medical bills are bad for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
And so, she passed away from cancer, and I don't know if she had been struggling for a long time, but it just seems like, how can you be somebody who's on the Masked Singer and you die at 71?
71
way too young.
Is way too young.
I mean, look, I'm personally invested. I don't want to die at 71.
No, of course not.
What chance do I have?
Right, exactly.
So
I mean,
I'm being the opposite of empathetic. I'm being selfish. Let's get this figured out.
Well, right. I don't know why we haven't gotten cancer figured out yet. It's still a mystery, and
there's no one-stop shop for curing cancer.
I know, and it takes a lot of people way too young. It's just an awful, awful disease. There's no way around it. So yeah.
I liked her in Cheers.
I did too.
I know I'm supposed to say that I like Shelley Long more, and I think I like them equally.
I think I did too, honestly. I mean, Shelley Long was great, and then she left, and I think we, found a really great replacement in Kirstie Alley, and their characters were similar in some ways, but different, and I think that was good, because sometimes when shows somebody leaves, they try to Thank God they didn't like try to replace Shelley Long
Just
and be
another
like,
blonde lady.
yeah,
And she's like, oh,
the same character.
My professor boyfriend stood me up at the. Wait a minute. It's the
Right.
exact
Like,
same-
what? Yeah,
I guess I'll
exactly.
get a job here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little different. But
Thank God.
yeah, but also that was, the declining years of the show. Not necessarily in terms of audience or comedy, but I think the earlier, scrappier show is what I liked.
Okay.
And the later, more cartoonish, what you think of as a sitcom show,
Yeah.
is the years that she was on.
Yeah. I mean, I liked both. I remember watching Cheers and enjoying it like, pretty much the entire time. So
What's your favorite episode?
I don't remember my favorite episode. I watched it as a young kid.
Who played Vera?
Uh,
Most people.
there-
Most people. Normally,
we
you'd
don't-
walk into a
you don't
comic.
see her.
Normally, you'd walk into a comic shop and
Yeah.
okay, right, you
Yeah.
got that one.
Yeah, you don't see her.
And they
Niles'
quiz you,
wife.
What's your favorite
Right.
super? What's your favorite issue of X-Men? I'm like,
Right.
what's your favorite side character on Cheers?
Right. I like Cliff Clavin a lot. He's pretty great.
Is it Nanny G? Say it's Nanny. Who was your favorite Nanny G?
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Oh, we found. Oh, so I guess she's now a real Cheers fan. Everybody.
Oh my God.
Emma Thompson. That's the correct answer.
Okay. All right.
Let's talk
That's
about.
right.
Let's talk about a nicer, funner story. From death to near death,
Oh, great.
or the possible spread of death.
Oh, wonderful.
Jenna Ortega, who's starring, of course, in the new Wednesday series, had her first day of filming, and she was sick from COVID on that day.
Whoa. What? So this is like something we're finding out after the fact, right?
Yes, I guess it
That's-
is after the fact.
That's pretty terrible.
I guess it is. There's a scene where she performs a dance set to Goo Goo Muck by the Cramps.
I don't know what any of those words mean.
It's a
Okay.
scene that she shot while battling COVID-19. According to her, in a recent NME magazine interview, she said, I'd gotten the song about a week before, and I just pulled from whatever I could. It's crazy, because it was my first day with COVID, so it was awful to film. Yeah, I woke up. It's weird. I never get sick. And when I do, I had the body aches. They were giving me medicine between takes, because we were waiting on the positive result.
So they knew she was sick. No. You
MGM, the
sent
production
star
company
home.
behind, and also you test for weeks before you go to a set
Yes.
filled with working people who all can
Yes.
get sick as well.
Right.
And so MGM said that, quote, strict COVID protocols were followed. Once the positive test was confirmed, the production removed Jenna from the set. But you had already exposed
She was
her
already
to
there.
300 people at that point. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The damage was done. That's not great.
Yeah.
That's really awful,
That's
actually.
why I said possible death, or more like hip ironic death. What have you have you seen it?
Seen
You've
what?
been on Netflix, haven't
Wednesday?
you? Yeah.
No, look. I've thought about watching it because I was like, it could be like Sabrina, and I like Sabrina. But I rewatched the trailer not that long ago, and I was like, this might be too twee for me. I don't know if I can handle this.
Yeah.
So, no, I haven't watched it yet. I might get to the point where I get really low on my Netflix list, and I watched all the anime that's on there, and I don't have anything else better to do, so I watch Wednesday.
You'll always have something better to do. I'm just curious how they capture the 21st century's take on what the Addams Family is.
Sure,
Because the original Addams Family was trick question cartoon thing.
Yes.
And the TV show was like weird, but it was, it was kind of just a sitcom.
Yeah, it was.
Where every character was sort of the wacky neighbor instead of
Yeah.
just one wacky neighbor.
Right.
A show full of Eddie Haskells.
Yeah, right.
And then like the 90s was just like had its own character,
Yeah.
but it was also, I can't remember who it was who pointed out that's like, no, I like bad things taste good. Oh, I sure can't wait to be sad because I'm happy when I'm sad.
Right.
This is
It's like the opposite.
Boiling it down
Yeah.
to now we have Snoop Dogg is rapping. We've got that. And
I know.
what's
Why?
the lame Netflix thing? Because Netflix makes everything lame.
They do.
So I'm just wondering what their lame take is.
Well, you already know this, but Christina Ricci, who played Wednesday, is in this, so which is
Woo!
pretty lame.
Woo!
Yeah,
Awesome.
I know.
Who cares?
I think it's pretty lame.
Well, let's talk about something that's also lame, but I still like it.
Okay.
And that is the fact that the Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, has added 8 new cast members.
Ooh, that's
These
a lot.
will be recurring roles.
Okay, please don't tell me that they're going to be somebody who is very obvious, but then will be revealed on the very
So
last
this is the
season
fun
of
thing.
episode. Yeah.
This is the fun thing. I think in order to avoid what we had in the last year where we're like, who's really Sauron or
Yes.
who's Tom Bombadil or whatever.
Right.
They're adding 8 people and they're not telling us who any of these
Who
people
they are. Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
We don't
So
know their
they-
characters.
So they could all be Sauron, is what you're saying. Okay. Alrighty then.
So I'll tell you right now,
Yep.
we are recasting Adar, the character of Adar.
Remind me who Adar is again.
I know, right? He's the black elf. Let me finish. He's the elf who wears black. Black elf is a term in the Tolkien legendarium. That's why I said that. Not elf cop.
Okay. I was going to be really upset if it
Not
was
Elf Cop.
Yeah.
Metalopocalypse elf.
The guy who was like
goth elf.
the leader of why are they recasting him?
I don't know. Why did they recast
That's weird.
Matt 1T from Rings, Time of the Wheel?
I think
Wheel,
I don't know.
You got a wheel, you got a ring,
Yeah, I
a
know.
hula hoop, the hula hoop of destiny.
Right.
So here are the people. Ready? Let's guess who they're going to be.
Okay. God, I'm not going to know.
Oliver Alvin Wilson.
That's a name.
Yes.
That's a long name.
Thorondir's brother, let's
Oh
say.
God.
Not all the, some of the Eagles have to be like kind of slackers, right?
Yeah.
Stuart Bowman.
That sounds like a hobbit.
Actually, if we could, I don't have the monitor set up. If we could see pictures of these people.
Yes,
All right, next
then we
week,
could
the
guess.
monitor will be set up next week.
Okay.
He's Frodo's brother-in-law.
Right.
Gavi Singh Kara.
Okay. Main assistant to the queen of, or the queen regent of, what's it? The who's blind now.
Right.
Yeah.
Seeing Eye Dog, right.
Yeah.
William Chubb.
Also a hobbit.
Yeah. Well, Harfoot, yeah.
Yes, Harfoot.
Will the Harfoots be around or will it only be... Do you think the
That's what
production is
I-
like, oh, thank God, we can send all these people in their crazy costumes home. We got one Harfoot
I
now.
asked you that, and you guessed, like when we were at the very end of the show, and then you guessed that what's her name with Gandalf would be the only one.
Maybe I'm just red-faced. Am I red-faced?
No, I don't think so. I do have foundation on, so maybe I look a little.
You put
different.
foundation on?
Yeah, I did
Why?
because I'm on camera.
You don't need that.
Well, I feel like I do.
You know, I don't need that. If I don't
okay.
need it, you don't need
Oh,
it.
all right, but you were saying you looked a little red. So.
I'm camera ready.
That's right.
Can we get powder for her? All right, we're not going to go through the
I'm
rest
gonna
of
use
them.
a
but
loofah and put it on, like
the
what
point is, this
Sailor
is
Venus.
this
and
is
the-
going forward. We all knew it was going forward, but it's really going forward no matter what.
Okay, great.
Here's something that's not going forward. That is the movie Wonder Woman 3.
Oh,
It is
no.
dead.
Really?
Yes, Ares has won. It is dead.
Killed Wonder Woman before
One of the
it started.
first casualties of the James Gunn, Peter Safran takeover at DC
Oh,
Warner
no.
Studios. Apparently, and remember, this is all scuttlebutt, although maybe on the Hell site people have already said something. Jenkins has left due to creative differences.
Oh, I think I'd heard that. Yes.
Yes, and it had to do with, I think the script that they had was just not
She didn't want to do it.
acceptable to all involved. No, I think it was her script.
Oh.
Um,
Okay.
I just think that the people involved were like, yeah, it's maybe not that great.
Well, I don't know
And
what.
wherever it's
yeah.
going,
Mm-hmm.
it's splitting too far from what their plan is.
Got it.
Now, the weird thing is that we don't know and they don't know what their plan is.
Yeah.
So
right.
why don't you just say
This is what we were
holding
planning.
pattern,
Yeah.
Patty,
Yeah.
and then we'll see if your idea, and here's what our idea is, maybe your idea can fit into ours. It kind of seems like, obviously, first one did good.
Yes.
Second one made a lot of money,
Uh-huh.
but maybe perceived as not good.
Yes.
And
I
you
was gonna
don't
say
go
something
to
like
a
that.
third location
Right.
with a director with an A-list director when you could just go, oh, we just got somebody else, and just kind of do a
Well-
soft reboot instead of putting a third one on top of this.
Mm,
That's what
yeah,
I think
yeah.
they're thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
Although James Gunn is a family guy, so maybe she's not part of the family.
What? Why
Well,
is she not part of the family?
James Gunn is Mr. Nice Guy, but now
Yeah.
that he's studio head, maybe he's like, he's got to like
Singles here.
Wesley Snipes.
Oh.
Maybe he's like, no, I'm gonna, it's prison rules. Kick somebody's ass the first day,
Yeah.
and the ass that he decided to kick was Patty Jenkins.
Well, she was already gone though, right?
Well, look, she'll land on her feet. I'm sure she's got
Yeah, yeah,
plenty
yeah.
of other stuff lined up.
I'm
like,
sure
she's
she
very
does,
much
too.
in demand. So nobody's really losing here, except for people who loved Wonder Woman 1984.
And Gail Godot. Yeah.
Oh, she's not going anywhere.
Yeah. No, I know.
Or is she?
Oh,
Or is she?
I don't know.
James Gunn was quoted
Uh huh.
on Twitter. First thing, if you're David Zaslav or if you're Peter Safran, you go, James, hey, what's up, everybody?
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna ruin my new career. As
Take the Twitter
being a
away
straight-
from
yeah,
him.
just don't talk to anybody.
Yeah. Right.
But he's gone on Twitter and he said, and I can't remember what the quote is. It doesn't matter. You get the gist. He said basically, some of the stories are true, and some of them are not true, and all of them are kind of true, and we're still figuring out what is true.
And what he could have said was nothing.
Is this the Muskaning of James Gunn?
Ugh, it sounds like
James
it.
Musk?
Yeah.
Is he
Ew.
becoming an epic troll? I thought we beat that out of you, James.
Yeah, I thought we did
Remember what
too.
happened last time that you were
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah. Remember that. Not great.
Some of it is
just-
true.
Just let it go.
Some of it is half true. Some of it is not true. And some of it we haven't decided yet whether it's true or not.
You know, people are going to talk and you can't control that. So just maybe you don't add to the conversation is what I'm thinking.
He literally doesn't have to do anything.
No.
I mean, do you think that he will... Okay, so let's talk about that. This happened at a time when I think we were transitioning the news, so we haven't really actually talked about this. What do you think he's going to do? Do you think that he is going to keep his leadership position but follow his dream of continuing to direct?
No, I think they didn't they say
Or is he out now?
No, didn't they say that he would continue to direct and the other guy would continue to produce as well as doing their jobs?
What if Kevin Feige was like, I don't know, director's hat on? What's a director's hat? It's like a flat cap or something like
I
that.
don't know. Yeah.
Roll him. Like, what if Kevin Feige said he wanted to direct? You'd
Well,
be like, don't.
Right.
And it's like, and I don't know. He didn't go to film school probably, right? But who knows? Maybe he's a great director, but it doesn't. You have a role. You've been doing it fine.
Mm-hmm.
James Gunn makes movies that people like. If sometimes they underwhelm at the box office,
Right.
do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna try to split that time with telling
Yes.
Patty Jenkins she's gone.
Yes.
That's a full-time job.
It is a full-time
Getting rid of
job.
Patty Jenkins.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
You get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Go make that Rogue Squadron movie that's never gonna get made.
No.
Well, here's a movie that's never gonna get made. It's bad news.
Uh-oh, what?
It is the fact that the Batman Beyond movie that Warner had in the works will also now not be made.
Why? Because Kevin Conroy passed away?
Well, isn't that a big part of it? Although,
Probably.
if it was live action, we would never
No.
have seen him in it anyway, right?
No. Uh-uh. Maybe he'd have a cameo or something, but...
Yeah. So this was in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Very technically, I guess.
Yeah.
There was a script from Christina Hodson, who was writing, who wrote Batgirl and is writing The Flash. So a couple of
Lord,
movies that we haven't
feel
seen.
bad for her, yeah.
You shouldn't, because she's written other stuff that's not good.
Oh, okay.
And Michael Keaton would have played old Bruce.
See, that's cool.
And
Yeah.
there was no casting on, anything else.
I'm bummed about this.
Well, you and Patty Jenkins and everybody else.
I know.
is mad at James Gunn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
You were the nice guy.
Yeah, why are you chopping things?
You were supposed to bring light to the
well,
darkness.
you know what? Some things are true. Some things are not true. some things we haven't decided whether are true or not, and some things are half truths.
Now put a gumshoe in between each of those words and see how long that takes you. We'll see.
long
Try to
time.
race to the
Yeah,
end. Yeah.
great.
All right. Well, let's talk about something that has been greenlit and no one knows why.
Oh, great.
And that is the fact that there is going to be a Dark Tower series
Oh God,
at
why?
Netflix from the creator
Netflix
of the Haunting series at Netflix.
What's the hunting
Mike
series?
Haunting.
Oh, haunting.
Mike Flanagan.
You know, maybe there are just some books that don't translate very well to film.
Books where the
medium.
writer of the books is a character in the thing.
Yes.
Although, what's Joe Hill up to?
No.
We'll
clue.
just put Joe Hill in a body cast.
Yeah.
And
Right.
he can just play the writer, Stephen
Right.
King,
Right.
who appears in his own series because you don't need drugs to go right up your own butt.
Yeah. No kidding.
They already made Doctor Sleep. I have no idea. And I have to see Doctor Sleep at this point. I just have to give up and just do it. And I don't know if King had any involvement at all, but you know that they have scenes that are set at the Outlook
Yes.
Hotel
Yes.
that recreate scenes from The Shining.
Of course.
And little Elliot from E.T., this is E.T., he goes like this.
He's a hand puppet.
Oh, well, this is his neck. I got that part right.
Yeah. Right.
He plays Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
there's some other lady who's not, she's no Shelley Duvall, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Sure.
Plays Wendy. And then, Carl Lumley, the Martian Manhunter,
Oh.
plays, pretty good.
Yeah.
Plays Dick O'Halloran.
I like Carl Lumley.
He's got a
great.
big role in it.
Good. Good. I thought Ewan McGregor was in that. Am I thinking of something
yes.
else?
Well, yeah, I didn't say him because
Okay.
everybody knows that.
Oh,
He's playing Danny.
Okay. I mean, we already had like a Dark
Who
Tower.
plays the lady in the bathtub and who plays the blowjob dog? Well, I don't know. We don't know.
You just
That's
have
up
to
for you to
watch it to
discover.
find out. Yeah.
Yeah.
They already had a Dark Tower movie. Didn't do great. So
No.
now we're gonna do a show and like fingers crossed. And it's a Netflix show, which I'm sorry. Look, I'm gonna admit, I like some Netflix shows, but not all of them are really well adapted. I'm looking at you, Sandman, and so I feel like this is gonna fall into that category. I
It's
just
all
predict it's gonna be bad.
it's all mixed up in here now. But at some point, wasn't Ron Howard set to bring the Dark Tower to life
Probably.
for Sony?
Yeah, probably.
And then eventually it turned into some guy from Eastern Europe. I don't remember his name, but it was written by Akiva Goldsman and produced by him.
God, no
So you
wonder
know
it's
it's good.
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that became a very abortive effort when it became clear that this isn't what anybody wants.
Wasn't
And this
it-
is, to be fair,
yeah.
this is 2017.
Yeah.
You've got Star Wars movies that are failing because
Yeah.
of Avengers movies.
Right.
So they were never ever going to make it in summer of 2017. But I think they realized that early and they pulled like a lot of the marketing and they just said like, let it die.
Which is not great. Wasn't Idris Elba the main guy in
And
that?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, yep. Not great. So you don't.
Not all right.
No.
Not all right. Yeah, not great. But we'll see what happens with this Netflix show.
Can't wait.
Oh, wait, it has been moved from Netflix to Amazon. All of our Netflix criticisms still
Still apply.
Still apply.
Yeah. Wheel of Time, not great. I watched all of it, but it's not great.
It might have a shot at Amazon.
You think so? More so than Netflix?
Well, you know that there are some Amazon shows that I like.
Yeah, I know. And you're willing to admit that. All right.
Well, yeah, I'm admitting it right now. I'm
Yeah.
just saying because my objective reality is my subjective reality, which is to say, if I say it's true, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Amazon is capable of
Question mark.
making good shows.
Why are you laughing?
No steak sandwiches before filming ever
Why-
again. We know that.
Why?
Nothing. No reason. Let's talk about something that happened this last weekend. It is the Game Awards. Have
Yes.
we talked about this? We talked about this.
We talk about this? No, we haven't, Jay Leno.
You'll know when I'm doing that.
Yeah, okay.
Jeff Keighley, I still don't know who he is. I refuse to look it up, but they're his awards for some reason.
Sure.
If he was like a golden, then you give that's the award.
Right. Right.
I don't know who this person is, but
Yep.
he has a game award show that has become, with the death of Spike TV, the de facto game award show.
Right.
Do you want to hear about some of the winners
Yeah. Let's do it.
and the losers?
Okay.
Apparently, Al Pacino opened the show for some reason.
That's weird. That's really strange.
I'm not sure. This is terrible reporting. I don't know why he's there. But of course, Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey were there.
Okay.
And some other people.
Sure.
Halsey.
Sure.
Halsey and Hosier. Halsey, Hosier.
Hosier.
Hosier, Halsey.
Okay.
Yeah, right? Like that?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do they do music?
And then
for
if
video
Imogen Heap
games?
is there, Heap, Hosier, Halsey.
Do they do music for video games or something?
It's a whole... No, they perform.
Okay. All right.
In the same way that Lizzo will be performing on the next SNL.
Right. What?
I'm very sensitive to your mouth sounds, and I'm not even monitoring. I just hope at home people are enjoying the landscape, the sonic landscape.
All right. Let's move on.
Here are the winners. Game of the year, Elden Ring.
That's not surprising.
Want to talk about it? But here. But I don't want to keep saying Elden Ring over and over again, and I'm going to be saying that over and over again. Best game direction, Elden Ring. So then maybe this is like director picture.
Sure.
Which, I mean, I guess a picture. Let's talk about the Oscars. I guess a picture is like. A picture can be more than the sum of its parts.
Yeah. Absolutely.
For the average viewer, though, direction and picture, the way the picture turns out. You can talk.
I guess it's about
Indistinguishable
the same.
from each other, right?
Yeah.
Well, that remove is even increased for video games. I don't know why. I like playing this game. Is it because it's well directed? Who votes on these?
I
Anyway,
don't know.
Elden
Good
Ring.
question. Yeah.
Best narrative.
Elden Ring.
So would this be like screenplay? This is
Yeah,
what is happening
Is
in
the writing of
Yeah.
the game.
God
Yeah.
of War Ragnarok.
Oh.
Now, I don't know who the nominees are. Obviously, it can't be Elden Ring because that story is there is no story in those
Sure.
From Software games.
Okay.
Oh, you got to get into the lore. Yeah, I know. I understand. But they don't.
There's nothing really happening.
Yeah. What's a good line or good conversation, a quote from a Dark Souls game?
Right.
You're here. Like that. What?
Yeah.
I would disagree, though. I bet there's another game that was nominated that's better than God of War Ragnarok because the story of Ragnarok is a mess. Playing it right now.
Yeah?
Subscribe. Twitch.tv/JustEnoughTrope. We're here every day. We're doing it. I got 2 weeks of videos past. You can watch them. You can watch the game. You can listen. You can watch the direction. And you can see me go, what? What's going on? It's not.
No, not a great story.
No.
Okay.
I like the first game better.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
But it won.
All right.
Art direction, Elden Ring.
Lots of Elden Ring. Yeah.
Score and music.
Uh-huh.
Didn't George R.R. Martin lost out on a Kaylee?
Keeley?
A Jeff?
What?
What do they call the awards?
I don't
You
know.
have to have a cute nickname. Right? Because he helped write it. You got George R.R. Martin
Yeah,
in your
he did
corner.
help write it. I don't know. Did he get an award for the story?
You're holding back because you feel like, oh, it's video games. If we were talking about a Japanese dating show, you would be just hammering us with anecdotes. So don't feel like you have to hold back. You have watched a lot of these games.
Yeah.
If anything, you should know the best of the direction. You go, that was pretty good directing. This game that I'm not playing. All I'm saying is you have something to contribute. Score and music, Bear McCreary, which I think everybody saw that coming for God of War Ragnarok.
Okay, sure. The music seems
Best
pretty good in
performance,
that. Yeah.
Christopher Judge, God of War Ragnarok.
Okay. Is he Kratos?
The award that boy built.
Yeah, right. He doesn't say much, but
Now look at this.
Mm.
Stray won.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, there are so many games. This is like the Grammys.
you don't have to go over all of them. Actually, please don't.
I've already skipped some.
Yeah.
Games for Impact. I don't care.
What?
Is that like a charity thing?
I have no idea.
Best indie game, Stray. Best debut indie, Stray. The point of having you can't be the most valuable player and the most improved player. I would
Yeah,
argue,
right. That's
but
like weird.
that's what we've got.
Okay.
Best mobile game, Marvel Snap. Check came through.
Okay.
What else? Best action, Bayonetta 3. Oh, you mean the off-the-screen action, where we were fighting with former Bayonetta voice actors?
Yeah, right.
Best action adventure. Oh, genre. Okay, we can do this. Best action adventure, God of War Ragnarok.
I mean, yeah, it's fine.
Not the best game of the year, though.
No, it's got a lot of puzzles
Best
in it.
role playing, Elden Ring.
Of course. Of course.
Don't bite my head off. Is that a role playing game?
I mean,
Because there is
think
a
it
number.
Has, yeah.
There, because it says STR and a number. That's a role playing game.
I
You're
think
not
it-
playing it. What role are you playing?
I think it
The
has.
role of a guy that goes.
Yeah, I think it has
That was a
elements.
role.
I think it has elements of D&D in it. I wouldn't
I
necessarily.
don't. I hate how video games role playing just means I have hit points, and so therefore it's a role
yeah,
playing game.
yeah, I know. I don't know that I would call it a role playing game.
Best
though.
fighting game, Multiverses. Well, check came in there too.
Wow.
That's the one where you can be Shaggy.
Okay.
Most anticipated, Zelda
is-
2.
Okay. That's weird.
Oh gosh, I really hope I get this
Yeah.
game soon.
Yeah.
Oh, he got an award because I wanted it that much.
It's on everybody's wish list.
And then a lot of esports stuff, which I steadfastly refuse to care about.
No.
So anyway, having heard all that, what are your impressions?
I think
You had a Jay
Elden-
Leno one before.
I think that most people chose Elden Ring. So
I think most people did choose Elden Ring too. Choose
Yeah.
Elden Ring today.
yeah, great.
One more story, and it's not really a story. It's Trailer Mania. Beep, beep,
Oh, okay,
beep,
wow.
beep. I don't have a sound yet.
Okay.
Let's talk about trailers that came out either this week or recently.
Uh-huh.
And one that came out recently that I want to talk about, and I know you've seen, so you're going to be forced to talk about it as well, is the trailer for Les Trois Mousquetaires.
Yes. I think it looks pretty promising. I think it could be really good. It's in French, which I think is a plus for the
Fitting.
story. I know.
Although Buckingham will probably speak English, right?
Probably, but it looks like it's done well. Like the fighting scenes look promising. It looks like it's, historically accurate. We're not really going for like comedy Three Musketeers or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be, the story seems like it's going to be pretty close to the stories of the books. But it's like, one thing that I had to ask you about is coming out like in 2 parts.
Yeah. So we've talked about this a lot, this subject, that they seem to want to make movies into TV shows
Yeah.
and TV shows into movies.
Right.
So obviously I have the worst advice ever because they're on 4 seasons now, and I'm sure that however Netflix makes money, if they make money at all, they have definitely done that with Stranger Things.
Oh, for sure.
But a bunch of kids riding their bikes and look out for a monster, and isn't it like this other movie where kids ride their bikes and monster and yada yada?
Yeah.
That's just a movie, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Things coming to a box office near
mean,
you, right?
Yeah.
It's a movie, but instead it's like Pat it, Phil, Steve is running over here doing this. Winona Ryder's talking to Christmas lights. Just
Yes.
keep it going, stretch it out.
Right.
Right? Whereas like it could have just been a fun movie. And then like the Three Musketeers is like, well, first of all, the first book's like this.
Yeah.
The second book's like this.
Uh-huh.
And the third book is like this. 'cause
Yeah.
The third book is 3 books.
Sure.
So
Right.
that just seems like there's no lasers, there's no CGI.
Yes.
What a nice leisurely thing where we could just, maybe Eva Green doesn't want to do it because, she doesn't want to be tied to a TV show for the next 5 years of her
Sure.
life.
Right.
But you just take your time in the countryside and just shoot it out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just take forever. People are talking about politics and stuff like that.
Right.
And then every once in a while they have a sword fight.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
And so they didn't do that.
Right.
Pathé, the French production company, was going for it, and they have spent a lot of money. They spent like $200 million on these things.
Yeah. Right.
Do you think like Michael York like gets a rash when they talk about making 2 Three Musketeers movies
Yeah,
that
maybe.
go into one.
Maybe.
But yeah, it seems like they're trying to do both by having the cinematic scope of the eighth Three Musketeers film in
It's-
30 years.
Yeah, it's been a lot. Yeah.
But letting it breathe by having two parts. The first part is called D'Artagnan, and it will come out in Easter of next year. The second part is called Milady, and it will come out Christmas next year.
Wow, so we have to wait a while.
Or never if the first one bombs.
I hope the first one doesn't bomb.
Easter's early.
Easter is early. Christmas
That's a good
is
time
late.
to get in
Yeah.
before all the superheroes show up.
That's true.
I don't know if this has any appeal. I don't even know what their target is that they're shooting for, but I am going to be there. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to show
And
up
I'm
for
going to
it.
complain about how it's not like the book.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
What you don't understand is the servants are just as important as the musketeers.
Sure.
The servants are huge characters.
Good. I think that's good.
If they're not in the movie, you don't screw it up, son.
Yeah, right. Right.
Where's Planchette? Where's Mousqueton?
I don't know.
Where's Aramis's servant? Can't remember his name. He's not in it a lot.
That guy's not as important,
No,
but
he's not as important as the other one.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I hope that they're present because
You love the Disney movie, so that works out for you. You were already set to watch it.
I have
Everything I do.
I did watch the Disney movie, but it's been a really long time. I don't remember it very well.
This is code for I've never seen it.
No,
Why-
I have. I
Right.
just been a long time.
But how can you never remember anything about a film?
No, don't give me that.
Who's in it?
I don't remember.
Just guess. It's 1990.
Antonio Banderas.
Great guess. I was gonna say it's 1995. I
Uh-huh.
think it's around there. It's
Yeah.
It's the mid 90s.
Right.
It's not Antonio Banderas because he's Spanish. Well, it wouldn't make any sense. He'd be fighting them. Actually, it doesn't make any sense anyway when we get to who it is. I'll spot you.
Uh-huh.
I'll spot you, Oliver Platt.
Okay.
The people
great.
at Disney went.
He's in
Porthos is fat.
everything.
That one was easy.
Oh my god.
So that it's a bad movie.
Oh Lord. I am having a really hard time thinking of.
Let's see if we
who
can
could
get
be.
it just from my talented impressions.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
Aramis. Here's Aramis. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Winning.
Oh my god. I have no idea.
That's all I've got.
Okay.
Tiger Blood.
Tiger Blood. Winning.
Boy, this was a while ago now too, I guess, huh?
I have no idea. I'm not good at this.
Charlie Sheen.
Oh, Charlie Sheen. Okay.
Maybe but in order to not
Tiger
be
Blood,
boring,
right.
you just make a crazy guess. And then we build off of that. A little behind the scenes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So here's another one.
Okay.
Athos. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to D'Artagnan. That one's going to be rough. Athos. We've got to get that diamond necklace. We're running out of time.
Oh, what's his name? 24.
24.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
It's a weird name.
Dad
20.
is famous.
But they thought, hey, his last name's 4. Let's just make it
Oh
24.
my god.
His mom is Petty 4.
I can't think of his name right now.
That's why you say a crazy name.
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
I
That's who
can't,
it was. That's who it is.
I can't. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hold the rapier between your knees.
Yeah.
And then D'Artagnan
Uh-huh.
is played by. Boy, this is like I said. I wouldn't. I would just get a glass of milk and a piece of toast, and then that would be it.
Milk toast. Okay. The whitest guy ever.
Holy rusted metal, Batman.
Oh,
Because
Chris Cornell,
There's
right?
all these whole.
Not Cornell. Chris O'Donnell.
Three Musketeers.
Oh my God. What's his name?
Chris
Yeah.
O'Donnell.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, he is milquetoast. Wow. I mean, those were really popular actors in the 90s, but I don't know. But I don't know if they're who you should cast as the Three Musketeers or not.
Rebecca De Mornay, because it's the 90s, is Lady De Winter.
Okay.
Tim Curry, because it's the 90s,
I love
is
Tim Curry,
Cardinal
though.
Richelieu
Yeah, sure.
in the first one. Yeah. And there you go.
Yeah.
There's probably some other people in it.
Right.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Sorry, other people.
Um.
And Michael Wincott
Uh-huh.
was Rochefort,
Okay.
right?
I don't remember.
Why an axe, cousin? Why not a spoon?
Okay.
Or
Maybe-
no, I got
maybe-
that backward. This Guy's got some great ideas.
Uh-huh.
We should totally be cutting hearts out with axes and not spoons. What a waste of time this has been.
Oh my God.
I think that hopefully this hasn't been a waste of time, but that's it for the show this week. Thanks for joining us, and you can join us here, technology permitting, every 6 p.m. Central on Sunday nights. Also, we're always streaming on the channel every weekday at 12 p.m. Come watch us for the Laser Lunch Hour, play video games, and we've got, of course, Star Trek Discoverage, our show where we talk about new Star Trek episodes every Thursday night at 6 p.m. We got to get out of here. We're going to record a new episode of Just Enough Trope, where we, to honor both the late Chadwick Boseman and not so late now, but still late James Brown, we'll be talking about discussing the 2014 film Get On It, Get Up On It, Get Off It.
Get on up on it.
Get on up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Took me a while.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll be doing. But that is it for us from the JET News Desk. We'll see you next week, and we're signing off. I'm your host, Caliban.
I'm your co-host, Mikan Hana.
Keep